Hello, everybody. My name is Gerone Wright, and once again, you're joining me on my Gerone Wright YouTube channel here on YouTube. Okay. In this video, I'm going to be targeting commercial ads which signify a genetic bridging and contamination of ancient genes to create new genes. Okay, and excuse me. And in doing so, I will effectively take commercial ads by well-known entities and show you the underlying hidden messages in the ads which target the minds of the unsuspecting that are looking at these ads. You know, it's amazing because as I think about stuff like this, because I have found that Disney is guilty of this. This here is a Google ad. This is a Google engine search ad for Halloween. Okay, so this is what appears on your on millions, maybe billions of computer screens globally, maybe trillions, when you use Google search engine during the month of Halloween, and this appears into your house. It kind of reminds me of one of those old Brian Stoker Dracula movies, where they said that Dracula can't come into your house unless you invite them in. Well, it's my position that if every time you key up, you hit your computer button, your enter button, or you search something, and this pops up, what doorways or what dimensions are you opening? Not just in your mind, but in and about your home. What is being let in as these images are popping up? You know, it almost reminds me of something that if you're unaware of it and doesn't even know that it's in existence, how can you combat something like this? All right, but I'm going to show you the hidden message behind this. This witch-like woman has been the character of Halloween forever. You go back towards the medieval times, and witches were supposed to be of an evil nature and controlling and makes concoctions and this, that, and the third, and these magical potions. Later on, it became like a folktale novel where we accept it as the norm. I want to show you how abnormal this is, and you have not even known that it is that. And I'm just gonna, it's just gonna blow you away. Okay, I'm gonna get right into the video. All right. It's my position that this woman, the witch-like woman, i.e. Medusa, is the mother of creation. She is an ancient face that is ancient rooted back to catacomb images. I can take her image all the way back to the first and second centuries of catacomb images coming forward in artwork. Wherever her face appears, there is that of the ape. Okay, there is that of the ape. There's this underlying cult-like message, because this face is the responsible face for who all mankind is today. You can find it if you Google. Her face is everywhere, because her hair here is even creating the snake-like images of that of Medusa, her hair. Okay, and there's other stuff there, but I'm not going to get into it. But her face, people, is the face of who we are today. All right, now we're looking at just a cartoon, but I'm going to get serious with this in a minute and show you. Look at her hat in this image. We know the witch is wearing the black dark hat, okay? Well, that image of the black dark hat that the woman is wearing, I know that it represents that of ancient black genes, African ape genes. So that's the reason why the hat is even black in the first place. So I'm going to take and break it down. Why is she not wearing her black hat? Well, she is wearing her black hat, but you just don't notice it. Her black hat is here. But this is an encryption style that you have nothing or no knowledge of. Her black hat is in the form of the lotus flower, a Hindu flower that grows through black murky waters. This is the lotus, the Hindu lotus, right there. Now, it's my position that we're discussing here, wherever this woman is referenced at, she is also alongside dealing with that of our ape, our African, our black ancestors, where all have originated from that. I know what she stands for too, as well, too, people. Now, but check this out. So, if what I'm stating is true, then it would be easy for me to take you to this black dick right here that's at her head. Yeah, people, that is a black dick. You see? This is the truth behind what is going on around you, and you don't even see it. There are other morphine images that are here. Now, let's take this picture for what it really is. Now, showing you that, I know that we evolved from the ancient dinosaur through the chemistry of mutations that were intelligently created. Which mutations did we come from? Well, the ancient dinosaur is one of them. That is encrypted right here on the side, and I'm going to bring that in. If you take that image and rotate it this way, you will see the eye and the head of a dinosaur going down towards this witch's cult-like cauldron here. Right here. One of our founding ancestors, the dinosaur. Let me hold that up for you here so you can actually see that. You see that, people? Now that I've got your attention, this message is signifying how our ancestors are moving away from an ancient rooted gene, which began with that of the dinosaur, well, and other oceanic creatures that I know of, and the genes that are left behind, which is our ape and African ancestor, being bridged over, are being poisoned through the process. So, this is the other portion of that image, actually, because when I enlarged it, this portion over here is cut out, so it's now there. So this is to the other side of this which is kettle there. Okay. Now, look closely at the head or the skull figure here, the teeth poking out. That is our ape and African ancestor. That is not no regular skull, people. That is a specific identified skull. Look at it. We all know what a regular skull look like. I mean, the image of a skull. No, this is indicating a specific skull, that of our ape and African ancestor. Now, what you don't see is that this skull, which seemingly does not have a body, well, it does. It's actually shown leaning forward, reaching for the poison apple. Here is the pelvic area, and the legs are down behind there as well too. All right. It has a monkey's body, indicating, well, they couldn't put a black person there because that would be, oh my, that would be game over. Okay, cat's out of the bag. We know the secret. So no, it's not like that. It takes for me to come along with my true paranormal experience and encounter and can read these artworks to you like I can read all of them. I don't care if it's a Renaissance artist. I don't care if it's a catacomb image. If it details who we genetically are, through my paranormal experience and encounter, I can enlighten you as to what is going on in these images that seem so cartoon and trivial. Now, we have a skeletal remains of a monkey reaching for a poison apple. Now, through all of our folk fairy tales, we know what happens when in the cases of Cinderella, or no, what is it, Snow White, gets the poison apple, and we all know the story about a poison apple. A poison apple is stating that it is poisoning the target. The targeted being that is taking hold of this apple is being poisoned. So, here we have a witch with a lotus flower for her hat and a black dick for the top of the hat there, coming out of the lotus flower. This is signifying, people, from the soil, and murky waters of our water bodies of our planet emerged mankind. First mankind to emerge was black, and that's why you have a black dick emerging from this woman's head, which is the lotus flower. This is representing an ancestor which you know nothing about, and one day maybe I will get a chance to tell you all about her, because I am connected with her in a way that you could never imagine. Okay, so now let's go back here. The monkey, the skeletal body of the monkey that is encrypted, you can't even see, but now that I showed you, you can imagine his hands leaning forward for the apple, his pelvic, and the rest of his body there. That's a monkey's body, people. Now let's go to the other side. Oh, and I gave you the dinosaur, which is right here. All prehistoric creatures is what calls for mankind's existence. Those on land and those in our ocean. Okay, so therefore there's a bridging between all of these objects. This woman is showing you a transformation of ancient genetics, which there was an extraction, and the old founding genetics bridged over and being left out. Now, let's go here to the other side. On the other side, now this is Google searching, and you probably see it written down there somewhere. I probably have it typed in. This is for the Halloween season. And in fact, I have it down there somewhere, I guess. I think it's written down, well, it's printed Google search, and then it says, I'm feeling lucky. Alright, now, I'll probably get shut down after this. Probably won't look, my computer won't work right after this. I already got one computer down. I got a $1,200 friggin' gateway touchscreen that's down. I mean, just I walked away from it and came back, and the thing is like toast. I'm gonna take that to the shop because I'm here on my laptop now, my HP. But there's nothing like that gateway touchscreen. But I tell you what, people, I have nothing but problems with it since I had it. You know what I mean? Nothing but problems in the warranty, and it had it fixed one time under the warranty, but now the warranty is out. But anyway, that's another story. Check this out. Now, there is the eye of the dinosaur, the eyebrow of the dinosaur, and the dinosaur's snout shown going down. There's the mouth of the dinosaur. There's the nostril shown going down at the cauldron, at the cup. Okay. Now, the witch with the dick on her head from the lotus flower is now shown brewing a chemistry. And from that chemistry, a new potion is created. And from that potion, a rejuvenation of bones of mankind. A rejuvenating bone showing you, representing DNA. So from this entire picture, from old bones, which was from the skeletal remains of that monkey on the other side, comes a new extraction, a potion that creates that rejuvenated ancient bones, which signifies a transformation from that of our black ape ancestor through to our current being of who we are today. A cauldron-like cocktail, a chemistry, a controlled scenario where genetics were contaminated on that side, mixed with other genetics, a new gene created, or new genes created, the witch's potion, and voila, a rejuvenation of mankind's being. And this is why this bone is over here glowing so shiny. Now, if you notice, even this potion bottle has almost arms, a body, and the spray nozzle area, a head, and legs reaching down towards the witch's kettle there, which is like a cauldron-like kettle. So, I'm going to take you to something else. But people, if you can't buy anything that I'm stating in this, then why in the hell can I give you a dinosaur encrypted just beyond this witch's shoulder, the ape on the other side with this body? Hold on, because if you look at all of my other videos, they're consistently showing the ape and this woman together. The image of the ape and that woman together. All of my videos, I have 200 and probably 20 plus videos here, and all of them are signifying this being and this being. And okay, and the dinosaurs, because they are all our founding genetics. These are our founding ancestors. Another thing is my position that this is the success that these people enjoy, of having a higher knowledge, of knowing who we are, and then bottling it up and commercializing it to us, back to us. You're attracted to this because instinctively you know inside, the information is inside of you, stored inside of you, but you were never enlightened in reality as to its existence, but you're drawn to it. And that's what this is all about. Now I'm going to take you to another commercial advertisement. This is dealing with a notepad. With a notepad, and people, when I download these images and then go print them out, even though I reduce their sizes, they come up still larger than what I need to be. So I can't get the whole image. So I have to actually print several parts of it to take and reduce the size, or get it all in. Now, I'm going to show you something here. Now, I just told you that this is all about. This is a commercial for a notepad. All right, let me see if I can get this up first. I'm going to show you something. I'm gonna get shut down after this, guaranteed. All right, where we at here? I don't have him all in there. Look at this here, this scenario. This is the advertisement. Here goes. I'm gonna give you all of it. This guy here, this is a child hanging from a man in a frog suit. Okay, I'm gonna show you what that is right there. That's what that is. Okay, there's a female in a furry suit looking like Sasquatch, and then over here what's cut off is a boy of color and a girl of color, seemingly in space. Now I'm going to start from over here, on this side over here. First of all, this woman and this man, just as I just showed you in the other pictures with the ancient dinosaur, the representation of reptilian and all of that, here you have a guy in a frog suit. Now, unbeknownst to you, that in ancient religion, in Wicca and all of those ancient sects, lizards and frogs, and in the lost books of Nostradamus, you have those frogs up in there as well too. The frog represents death and resurrection. Okay, it's my position that the person that made this advertisement made it in a way to send a underlining message that black man African man came through or bridged over the body of reptilian. Through reptilian came African man and African woman in the form of that of caveman. This was reptilian man. This is our land caveman, or cave woman in this case, and like almost in the form of Adam and Eve. Through a sequence of genetic bridgings, through the penis of our reptilian ancestor, because this to me is representing a penis, and that's why this boy is hanging in the air attached to this frog in this way. You have an African man here. The boy is strapped in at where his penis would be underneath the suit, and this is all creating the helmet of a penis, and then across there it shows a fish here, and then you have this lighter version of this boy, which seemingly his hair creates another helmet of the penis. You see that, people? Here's the collar of the penis, the helmet of the penis, and it's showing you a new gene of blackness. From this equation, a new level of black genes. Meaning, they might as well have put a Caucasian boy there, because they made him purposely lighter to show you from our reptilian ancestor, our caveman or Neanderthal ancestors, through the black penis came our Caucasian counterparts. Now, notice again, we all know what penises look like. The collar and the helmet. This boy is shown emerging from a penis. And this is the reason why they have him attached to this frog suit. And this black man inside. Now, I'm going to go back to that witch with that dick on side of her, up top of her head. Look at this, people. Do I have it drawn up there or no? Come on. Don't come undone on me here. Now, you see, talking about this dick. Let me do a side by side. Well, I can't do a side by side. Notice this here. Look at this here. Identical. Representing the same identical thing. Our witch-like woman, which is green, she represents our reptilian ancestor off the dinosaur. The same exact thing. Our reptilian ancestor came an African man, and through the penis of that being, through a sequence of genetic bridgings, came our Caucasian counterparts. Now, sure, this is an African boy there, but the lighter version of all of the depictions there of everyone, this boy is signifying our Caucasian counterparts. That's why he's light. Those that knows this hidden message knows that, just like I know it's instinctively. But we can't get away from what is happening here. My message, I just showed you in these other highlights, that you can't get away from the message that this boy in a penis suit is hanging at the crotch area of a African man in a frog suit, and the message that I'm stating to you. What other way that you can read into this message but what I'm stating? Our ancient ancestors that you knew nothing about was reptilian, then our caveman ancestors, and through all of that the black gene was carried until finally it was manipulated, and they're telling you that there was a breakdown in that gene, and now through the penis of African man came emerged that of our our lighter counterparts, which subsequently resulted in our Caucasian counterparts. And that's what this message is. Now, let's go to the other side, the other part of this, because it was cut off over here. Notice that the hand is pointing. You ever notice in ancient religion how Jesus at the round table, not at the straight table there in Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, and then in a lot of these ancient images, you always see the finger pointing up. Always the finger pointing up. Notice we have a pointing finger over in this direction. Well, people, the only place up that we have is in space. She's pointing over here to a little girl and a boy. The girl is in like a orb. This is not this is like an orb that she's in. The little boy is in a space helmet. You know what this is telling you, people? That the genetic information of this chemistry that took place in our world is sent into space. A process which has been going on from day one. Information, genetic information, genetic knowledge sent to space. And I know how all it was done. And I know how it still is being done. Now, I'm going to take you somewhere else. Here's another commercial advertisement that is just as bizarre as the rest. And this was one that I was meant to do some time ago, and I did not do. I'm going to take all of these down and take you to yet another advertisement. And this is a Kia commercial. And I think that this was during the Super Bowl of last year. Oh no, this is for the new Sorento, the Kia Sorento 214. Actually, this advertisement is for, and I don't know if this was during the Super Bowl or whatever. It kind of escapes me right now. But people, what in the world is a baby doing with a space helmet in space, with a panda, with a giraffe, with a dog? There's a pig over there. Off to the other side, there's actually a baby a rhino, which are on the opposite on the side of the dog. You see that? I have to again these there's a rhino. People in space, and then you have, where is that? Oh yeah, there he is there. And then there's the panda shown giving the thumbs up sign. You know what this is telling you, people? That new information is concerning that of our ancient genes, which initiated as being genetically ape and African. How all of that transformation of what was going on in genetic manipulation, that information sent into space, now with white being the dominating gene over that of our black ancestor, this is why you are seeing this panda as being more so white than it is black. And by the way, people, the panda was created through a similar process in which all of I'm describing, and this is why this creature is so symbolic today in our world. You will see videos where, the connections that I made with this is bizarre. I can take you through this to rap music, where there are rap music artists that is actually putting this creature in there. Other commercials, significations all around the world that highlight these same creatures that are actually being detailed here. All creatures that have an ancient genetic root. Let me show you this. These creatures, people, have an ancient genetic root to the genetic identity and being of mankind. These creatures, people, when you trace back their ancestral roots, the creatures, back to their origins, their originating genes is which calls for, let me get my other picture. Hold on for a minute, because I have it here for a minute. These creatures, people, describes how from our monkey and most apish looking faces and darkest of skin tones emerge faces like this through a genetic sequence where we were bridged over, or this creature bridged over other creatures in our world through a sequence, a targeted sequence that was specific. It describes how we became like this. And that's what the guise is, or the message, the underlying messages about these commercials. Now, for those of you that don't think that that's all possible, well, there's also, I love this picture here because there's no better message board than this here. You see these different monkeys? Here, there, 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 there. See the Chinese woman, Caucasian woman there with her baby, and there is a, I know I'm cutting them out. I gotta find him. I always do because I cut him off. There's a, down here in this corner, I got him cut off. There's an African man, or an American African man there in this corner. I cut him off because this, again, my printer cuts, so I'm cut him off when I scan images. All right. So what's happening? Oh, this is not the Sorrento either, people. This is not the Sorrento commercial either. That's up underneath. Okay. Notice how the collage of this image almost captures an identifying monkey with that of the beings that it's related to. There's a Chinese woman, there's Caucasian man and Caucasian woman. Notice how these creatures seemingly match them when they're on the line where they're at. Because there's the African man there, almost is close to his counterpart. And then you start seeing how these faces almost similarly start to begin to look like faces of these other people. It's my position that not only was mankind subjected to this genetic bridging over, but there were creations and mutations which resulted in the creations of monkeys as well. So for every civilization, or every portion of mankind created, let's take for example, you have Africa, you have the Asian world, and then European, and all of these other groups. There's an identifying monkey in creating these people through an artificial process, so to speak, that there was a species of ape created. So there's a blueprint for all of this. You see what I'm saying, people? Now, you don't believe any of this. Look out from our African world, how Africans are Africans. Well, probably not no more, because everybody took a pop at genetically contaminating them. Everybody that is occupying Africa, like that of Britain right now, they're genetically contaminating them, genetically altering those people and destroying their genes. Point blank. Now, it's my position that this is what all of this is all about. ancient rooted religion, occupation, wars. It's about the preservation. I mean, about preserving a contamination process that was created by those that are there, guilty as charged. There's an ancient record in art that shows how all of this is done. There's an ancient record in ancient texts how all of this is done. And understanding it, you can read through it all. Now, people, never before have you heard in your life an explanation that is better than mine that describes how we got from this likeness to this likeness. Or should I say, we got from this likeness, and there's the black man. I'm going to put my arm there because I am a African American man, not fully black. Okay, well, I would be considered black in America, but I don't consider myself fully black because fully black is back this way somewhere. All right, so now it's my position that I found the secret to how mankind came from this face through to our African faces, our Asian faces, and then our Caucasian faces. And the secret is in genetic manipulation and bridging, which involved animals. So when we come back to commercials, that are detailing such on how it was done, where we at here, detailing such, and what is happening currently. This is how people, through my genuine paranormal experience and encounter, I can systematically break down everything that is in existence relating to how man was genetically altered from his ape state to become that of mankind through broken down from his, let's go this route, broken down from his most engagement in monkey state, should I say, engaged state of being a monkey, to the transformation of becoming in the likeness of mankind, okay, through to African kind, through to Asian kind, and I skipped over Egypt, but I mean, we're going to consider them Asian as well, to Egyptian, and then Asian, and then Caucasian. It's my position that I found the secret, the genetic holy grail to what is going on, and it is also my position that life came from Mercury and Venus before those worlds was destroyed by a process which is happening to our world now, where the water is evaporated out to the process where the planet blows a hole through. It becomes overheated to where it becomes overpressured, and a hole is blown through the atmospheric clearance, which is shown right now with that being the case with Mercury and Venus. It's my position that there's a planet hopping process coming that occurs. Hold on, let me see if I got my planet thing here since I'm into that now. But it's my position what happens is that, and I don't have it here, but it's my position what happens. Yeah, I do have it. It's my position what happens is that as planets are being destroyed, Mercury was being destroyed through an extinctive nature, life forms from Mercury made it to Venus, okay? As this process was starting to happen again, and Venus was becoming engaged in a way of being threatened by the sun, as Mercury was, then those life forms jumped to Earth. You getting the picture, people? And now that our planet, Earth, is engaged in the same process that claimed Mercury and Venus, The knowledge that these beings that we have through them, which no one knows about, which is secretly being held by those that know this information in a select few, are now jumping to the moon and then to Mars. This is what is happening, people. I'm going to do another video about something else with regards to that, but for now, people, all of these creatures that you see, ask yourself, why would Kia Sorrento make a commercial of a baby in space with a bunch of ancient rooted? Look at this triceratops, almost looking like an armored not a triceratops. This is almost like an armored it's in a spacesuit, but they make it look like a friggin' the pig, make the pig look like an armored ancient armored triceratops. Where we at here? And then you have the hippo and all of that up in there. I mean the rhino. People, why is this baby in space with all of these ancient rooted creatures? Other than to show Kia's message that they have this higher sense of knowledge and technology, which privies them to understand what is happening, where mankind genetically came from, and their contribution to this knowledge and sending this information into space. And then this is the guys on the underlying message behind their commercial. Just like that with Google, with their message about the witch and their knowledge of that. And just like this notepad commercial, and I don't know who put that commercial out. I didn't actually get that information, but I'm gonna let it go with that. But where is that notepad commercial? I got a piece of it here, but I don't have all of it. Where's the rest of it? But maybe it's underneath here somewhere. No, it's not there. But anyway, that's why the next time when you see a commercial relating to space and what is going on, think of what's happening right here in our world. It's amazing that everyone can put these kind of commercials together and nothing dealing with our world. And as you tune into your television stations, you will notice, I have it over here, you will notice that, and I don't know why I set that down there. For whatever reason, I set it down. But here's that bizarre. As you tune into your television today, you will notice that these commercials are becoming more and more bizarre, and you not knowing what they mean. Maybe some of us was bright enough to say, well, why is that boy hanging from the frog suit at this man's penis area? Did anybody ever say or have that thought when they seen this commercial? And then you have the shaft of the penis, the collar of the penis, and then the helmet of the penis, and then showing you that this is representing a new genetic DNA, which calls for lighter creation of mankind from these chemistries, from our reptilian ancestor to that of our caveman, our bridged over ancestors that of on land, which evolved us away from these likenesses, and then finally, subsequently, is telling you from all of this process a new emergence of a gene. And this is what this is stating. The same exact thing with this baby. Oh, and I'm gonna capitalize. The same thing with this baby as being shown in space. This is nothing more different than miracle babies and the baby Jesus, that type of story and all. Excuse me. I got something in my throat. But anyway, it's the same, it's the same message that's being stated. The same exact message. A genetic change. And that's what these are landmarking. Genetic change. My name is Gerone Wright. I hope you like this video. It's my position that the success of Google, Hyundai, Sonata, and other commercial and these people that it's not just this people. Look at not just these messages. Don't just look at Kia and look at the artists that commercialize these messages and these images. Look at them, and then look at their other creations and their other works. Like I did with Nicki Minaj, her photo shoot for Roman Reloaded, or her album cover, created by a deluxe album artist. I found encryptions in her album cover that are mind-boggling. See my video here. So now what I did is I looked at deluxe album artists and found that in other artists' album covers, there's similar messages, underlining messages, which are relating to this. So people, you get to where these messages, and I'm seeing something I'm seeing something as I'm actually stating, as I'm talking, and I see something here. I see something here too, and I'm going to tell you what I see, because it actually creates, and I didn't realize it at first, but I see something that those people have in their artwork. So look at the artist that actually created this, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I see here, and it's another encryption. Notice that you see here in the suit, and this is how they do these multi-dimensional faces. I'm going to show you something here. What do this look like the fur of? A lion, right? Well, almost, and I'm going to tell you, and you're going to see what I'm stating here, how you get these multi-dimensional images. Now, this female has like an electronic device attaching this suit right here. An electronic device right there, attaching her suit. You see that? Now, she's wearing this fur outfit. So, I mean, this here seems out of place. But from this angle, I can see, let me see here, hold on. I can see from this angle the face of a lion right there. And the reason why this all fits in perfectly is this announcer right here. Am I gonna mess this up? I'm drawing it upside down, people. And then this will be the lion's eye right there. You see that? You see that, people? I have a face of a lion in an electronic box, or so-called electronic box that is there. Multi-dimensional images that are cleverly put in to describe how mankind was genetically altered, utilizing the animals of our world. The same message, which is shown here, but not this is not for that. This is just a comparison chart, people. But as I described, utilizing this, and the same attack on mankind's originating genes, which happened with that of ape and African man, is the same attack which occurred with our monkey species as well. And the resulting chemistry from that is why we have so many different species of monkeys. And they all are similar to that of mankind for each continent that it's on. The faces. Similar in comparison. The hair and everything. People, there are genetic charts and genetic records on each continent. I can take artwork that is relating to ancient biblical texts and show you what was done in historical moments, which calls for genetic change and miracle babies to be created. I can go to anything, the artworks of Renaissance artists. I can take you into the Sistine Chapel and read that It was actually restored by Michelangelo, but there were three other artists. The names escape me right now. I can go in there and read that, like if you were reading a cartoon out of a comic strip across the top. Because you know why? They are all message boards, which shows how mankind evolved from what? His reptilian ape ancestor, which came before this ancestor, to this ancestor, through to mankind, ape Africans, to Africans, then to Egyptians, which has another record that shows how the process was furthered on from there. And it keeps going on and on and on, and then there's a cyclination where they can come back again and recontaminate these genes to strengthen the genes that were newly created. A cyclination. I like to think of it like a ringworm. That's what I like to think of it as. A ringworm. I don't want to do this here. I'm going to just do a circle, an imaginary circle, and I wish I could. I don't want to do it here on this because I like this picture. A ringworm that can keep coming back around again like a spiral and go back to its originating source every 400 to 500 plus years. My name is Gerone Wright. Again, a very amazing, compelling video. And people, look at your commercials for what they truly are. All right? And be aware. Because being aware is having knowledge. There's a peace of mind, a serenity in knowing who you genetically are and where you genetically came from. Not knowing, people, is what causes for the fear and causes for you to worship other beings that you know nothing about. Everything that you need to know was given to us. It's in our minds and it's in our head. You just not have to be afraid of going inside yourself and pulling it out. I have 200 plus videos here. I have almost over 2,000 replies on alien UFOs. I have so many pages there that I lost count. But I have almost 4.5 years invested in all of this, people. And when I tell you that this is the best thing that any gift that anybody could possibly have, I'm telling you, people, it is. You know, so I'm out of here on that note. Enjoy this video, and I'll see you in my next video because I don't have no end.